Michelle with Pink and Maine. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be creating some lucky cards that you can use for St. Patrick's Day and beyond. So let's jump right in and get started. All right, we're going to be doing some fun foiling in some of these cards. So I've got my pink mini Minc machine from Pink and Maine turned on to number 3, and it's hot and ready to go. I'm using our February Pup stamp and die. I've got a little white piece of cardstock cut out with our notched corner dies. It gives rectangles with those nice little notched corners. And then I've got our Diagonal Stripes foilable panel. I also have a black toner sheet, and I also have a Color Blends toner sheet that's got lots of green and teal and dark blue. Looks like an ink blended background, but this is a full toner printed sheet. We have lots of options for colored toner sheets so that you get lots of variety in your foiling. So we're going to do something fun here. I actually want my card panel to have diagonal stripes of foil on this color blend sheet. So how do I get these diagonal stripes onto this piece of paper? Let's get started. So I have 2 pieces of foil here. I have our Fairy Wings Silver, which is a beautiful holographic silver, and I have our Circles Gold, which looks like little sequins or little circles of gold, and it shines in some lovely different colors. I want my stripes to end up on this color blend sheet to be the gold. So I'm going to start with my Fairy Wings Silver. And you're going to go, what in the world are you doing? But just wait and watch the magic happen. So we definitely want to brush off our foilable and the back of our foil so that there's no dust or debris or pet hair that gets in between our foil and our foilable. And I'm using our cleanup brush. It's a soft mop brush. It also cleans up glitter and embossing powder really well, but you don't want to use the same brush that you clean up the glitter with for your foil. You want to use a brush just for your foil. So I'm going to take my Diagonal Stripes foilable, and I'm going to add my Fairy Wings Silver pretty side up on the foilable, and we're going to run that through our Minc machine. You just put it in straight and let the machine take it through. It's going to be hot when you remove it from the machine, but you want to give that a couple of seconds to cool down before you peel the foil away. That's the hardest part, is having the patience to wait before you reveal your beautiful foil design. So there we go. I've got a beautiful foiled diagonal stripes in this gorgeous silver, but this is not what I'm going to use on the card. I'm definitely going to keep this. I'm going to use it on another card. It's a beautiful foil piece. I'm not going to waste it. But this is what I wanted. So now we have a negative piece with those stripes removed. I still want those original diagonal stripes on my color blend sheet. So I'm going to use the negative of that on this black. And you might be wondering, well, why this step? You'll see in just a moment. We're going to dust off our black toner sheet, make sure there's nothing on there to interfere with our foiling. I'm going to put it on the back here because I can more easily line up the pattern when I'm looking at the back of the foil. So once I have my pattern lined up, we're going to foil this piece. Again, once it comes out, we're going to let it cool before we peel and reveal. Here we go. Now we've used this entire piece of foil, so we can throw that piece away. And now we have this beautiful holographic striped piece. Now I'm not going to use this on the card either, but I will save it to use on another card. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. But here's where the magic happens. So wherever I have black toner showing, which is those original stripes from our first piece, you see, because we used the negative, we now have that negative showing through in that black toner. Wherever there is black toner, I can add foil to that, okay? I can now foil the black stripes on this piece, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take our Circles Gold, and I'm going to put it over that piece we just foiled, and we're going to foil it with the Circles Gold. While that's running through, I am going to brush off our Color Blends toner sheet in these beautiful greens and blues so that it's ready to foil. Now that it's cool, I can peel this away and show you what we've got here. All right, so there we have, and I have a couple of specks here where I probably didn't dust well enough, but that's okay. It can happen. There's ways we can fix it. It's no big deal. That's why you want to make sure you dust things really well. Now we have a beautiful gold and silver striped piece. That's gorgeous. I'm going to use this on something else. I'm not going to use it on this card. We're just running through the steps to get the look that I want on my card panel. So now I have negative piece with those little thin diagonal stripes removed from the foil. And that's what I wanted to put on this piece. So let's line up our pattern. And let's foil it. All right, let's remove it from the transfer folder and let it cool a few seconds. Once it's cool, we can peel and reveal. Oh my goodness, gorgeous. We've used up the entire piece of our gold foil now. And this is exactly what I was looking for. I wanted stripes on my Color Blend foilable. It might be hard to see on the camera because the foil is so reflective, but I can see the beautiful green stripes with blue and teal running through behind that gold foil. Love it. So now I'm going to adhere this down to our card base. I have an A2 size card, side folding, that I've cut from our Night Sky cardstock. So basically what I wanted to show you here is that foiling can go on and on and on. So you can foil one piece, you can use the negative foil, a solid toner sheet, then wherever that toner is showing through, you can foil it again with another color, and then you can transfer another color onto another toner printed sheet with color or black, whatever you prefer. But you can keep that going and going and going. So here's our card front so far. It's very sparkly, but you can also see those beautiful ombre stripes in the background. Now I'm going to add our notched rectangle. To the center of the card. Next, I'm going to add our February pup. He's cute. He's in his pot of gold. I've added a little foam tape to the back for dimension. I've got a little clover I want to add to the bottom of his little pot of gold there. And then I've got the sentiment, "You lucky dog," stamped, cut out with a sentiment strip. And I've added foam tape to the back of that as well, so it just pops off the card a bit. I'm going to put that right down below our image. And there's our first card. Super cute, and I love that gold background. It looks like gold coins with the circles, and the pot of gold just kind of goes with it really nicely. For our next card, we're going to play with this technique again. So we're going to take a foilable panel. This is our Lucky Love, I believe it's called, or Lucky in Love. It spells out love with these cute little icons, and I'm going to foil it in gold to begin with. Then I'm going to transfer the negative, and we're going to transfer again a third time. So we're going to make several things with this one design. Of course, we want to brush it off. And I think the first one I want to use is not the gold. I think the first one I want to use is this beautiful, this is watercolor green. So it has it looks like a beautiful watercolor background with blues, greens, and golds in it. It's very pretty. So we'll dust off the back of the foil as well. And we'll run it through the ink machine. All right, we'll let this cool a second, and then we'll peel to reveal the foiled design. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that green, blue, and gold all together in that design. Very pretty. Now I want to transfer that design onto our black toner sheet. This one is a little harder to line up perfectly just because the design fits within the card. So I'll kind of fold my foil around the foilable to see where it's fitting. Okay, and then we'll run it through the ink machine. You can already see how gorgeous this is going to look when we reveal it. Let's go ahead. Oh yes. Look at that. And we've used our full sheet of foil. This is really cool. I kind of like this better than I like the original one. There's more of that foil color on there. But we are going to transfer again. So remember, wherever there is toner ink showing, we can foil it. So now we're going to foil that pattern or that design with our Fairy Wings Gold. So I'm just going to dust off the back of the foil. I'm going to apply it over the top and put it in the transfer folder and run it through the ink machine. I can't wait to see this one. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Look at that. Can you see the Fairy Wings Gold of the images with that other foil in the background? So when you're doing this technique, you want to remember to be careful what foils you're combining together, because you don't want like a super crazy pattern foil in the background and then a super crazy pattern foil for the image as well, because they'll clash. But this Fairy Wings Gold goes so well with that watercolor green foil in the background, because it has hints of gold in it. So that Fairy Wings Gold really pulls on that and shines through. It just kind of pops. But we're going to keep it going. We've got another negative pattern of our foil. So we're going to foil one more time. This time I've got a piece of green toner printed paper. So this is one of our foilables. It's from our rainbow foilable sheets, which you get a rainbow of colors. These are not cardstock. These are not colored cardstock. This is toner printed paper. So this is green toner ink on this paper. And that is what accepts our foils. So we can put this into the transfer folder. Put our foil on the top. Well, first I want to line up the pattern. There we go. Now let's run it through. And green and gold are perfect for St. Patrick's Day. Look at that. You can already see what it's going to look like. Let's peel it away. Look at that. We've used the entire piece of foil again, and we've made another awesome card panel. So you see how foiling can just keep going and going. You can get different looks. There's so much you can do. So now I just got to decide which one I'm going to put on my card base. I have our middle school blue cardstock cut and scored into an A2 size card. I think I'm just going to go with this original one, the white, because when the foil shines, you can see the blues in the foil. I'm just going to keep it simple and make that a card. And the other panels I'll put onto card bases as well. So that is a super simple card. You could add some embellishments, some pearls, some gems, some enamel dots. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then later I can add these two panels and make two more cards. Look how gorgeous those are. I can't stop staring at that beautiful foiled paper. For our next card, I've got our plaid foilable panels that I'm just going to quickly dust off. I've got a piece of our Roy G. Biv, which is just a beautiful ombre rainbow cheer foil. And we're going to foil this plaid in this beautiful rainbow. Once this has cooled down, I can peel the foil away. And that is gorgeous. I hope you can see the rainbow shine to that plaid. It's beautiful. And remember, take this negative piece of foil that's got that plaid pattern and foil a solid toner printed sheet. And keep it going. You can create multiple looks, plaid backgrounds, just by using the same foil and some solid toner sheets. I've got a top folding A2 size card in our Riverwalk cardstock, and I'm going to adhere our plaid panel down to the card base. I love that. You'll just sit and stare at the foil in the light. It's so gorgeous. Next, I've cut two little strips of paper. I've got our On the Green cardstock, which is a nice, just true green. And I've got some of our gold glitter paper. Don't be afraid to mix your glitter paper with your foils. It really does look good together. You can never have too much sparkle and shine. Since I'm gluing the cardstock to glitter paper, I'm going to use some of our Easy Squeeze craft glue. Just need something a little bit stronger to hold to that texture of the glitter paper. Alright, and while I have it out, this is my last little bottle. We have been out of this for just a little bit. We're getting it back in. I'm going to create a 4-leaf clover with some heart die cuts. And these hearts are from our Big Love You die set. So there we have kind of a 4-leaf clover. And I've kind of done it off to the side of this green piece here because I'm going to add our little leprechaun guy right there where the 4-leaf clover is kind of going around him. And I've added some foam adhesive to the back of him to pop him off the card a little bit. There we go. And then I stamped and die cut the sentiment like a 4-leaf clover, friends like you are hard to find. And I've added some foam adhesive to the back of that as well. And I'm just going to add it right underneath our leprechaun's feet. So he's standing right on that sentiment. Everything in the card is tied together. And there we go. I love that beautiful rainbow foiled plaid in the background. And this little guy, he's from our Lucky Leprechaun set. They are too stinking cute. For our next card, I've got a side folding A2 size card from our Streetlight cardstock. It's nice bright yellow. And I've got this foilable panel. It says Shamrock Hearts. And at the bottom it says, may luck always be on your side. So I want to dust that off. And I want to dust off the back of my foils here, just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 different color foils on this panel. Since the images are separated a little bit, I can easily add 2 color foils. So I'm going to use our Fairy Wings green at the top for our heart image with the shamrocks. And then our sentiment at the bottom, I'm going to put our Fairy Wings gold. So we'll have gold and green on the card. And we'll just run that through the ink machine. I'm using my hand to support it just so it doesn't fall down a bit and that foil move at the end of the card. I'm going to go ahead and flip our foil machine off. So we're done with our foiling. And now that this is cool, we're going to peel and reveal. Gorgeous. So we have that gold on the bottom, and then the beautiful Fairy Wings green on those shamrocks and hearts in that heart shaped at the top. I love it. Now you can always use these negative pieces on a solid toner sheet, so don't throw them away. I want to add a little ribbon accent to this card because I think it just needs a little something extra, a little extra texture to it. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to the back ends of the ribbon, the two ends. Now we can adhere the foilable panel to the card base. I want to add a simple knot on the card as well. So wherever I'm going to put that knot, I put a little bit of adhesive on the ribbon, and it just kind of holds that knot in place. And then I will just trim the excess from the ends of the ribbon. There's our card, and you could leave it like that, but I have just got to add this little happy leprechaun here. He's got his little beer, and he's jumping up and down. I've added some foam tape to the back. Pop him up a little bit for dimension. There we go. I think he's super cute on there. So thanks so much for joining me today as we've done some fun foiling techniques and made some really cute St. Patrick's Day, or even if you just want to wish someone good luck on something, we've made some fun lucky cards. You can find these products and more at pinkandmane.com or ask your local retailer. And until next time, my friends, keep living the creative life.